Hello, Pony Artelisiana here. Link to my Divinian art in the description below and also for my Patreon if you like to do that. Warning, this video will contain pictures from Google and other places that is not mine. Please go and give the respect to the pictures and the copyrights. And also, this is not going to be MLP related, it's going to be about Pokemon and Pokemon training. So if you don't like stuff like that, click away or else stay. Yeah, here we go. 3, 2, 1. So I would like to talk about Pokemon that can't see or don't have any eyes. If a Pokemon were blind, was it able for a trainer to still train it? And I definitely feel like there's potential in even a blind Pokemon, as we see in the anime and also in the games. There is some Pokemon that don't have eyes or can't see out of their eyes because of their hair. For example, this Pokemon, I forgot its name, but who cares? I know that it's not that interesting to think about, but I recently just figured that it could be an interesting topic to talk about if you can train Pokemon that doesn't have any eyesight or are blind. So I do feel like there's possibilities to train the Pokemon. It would become a little bit more difficult because you have to do it without the Pokemon seeing what you are doing. So you have to get a whistle or something else that could actually train it. Some music, maybe a computer that could make some noise or something like that. That could help you in your quest to become a Pokemon master, even though that your Pokemon can't see. And I also feel like a blind trainer could actually teach Pokemon with sound still, or with signed language and stuff like that. And then I was also thinking about Pokemon that can't hear things, because that would be also difficult but actually easier than the ones that can't see. Because the ones that can't hear is actually very difficult because they can only see the gestures you do with your hands, and then they will probably know where to go, but they can't hear the command or how to say that. And the ones that can't hear with the seeing problems or vice versa, there will be problems for the trainer nonetheless. But I feel like there's still potential in both Pokemon and the trainer, but I was wondering how they actually do that in the Pokemon world. What if, your Pokemon, for example, were blind? Well, you have trainers that have with noises, as I said. I'll show a picture of a trainer here that has the Electrobus team or something like that, that does things with a whistle and, sounds to endorse the Pokemon to do what it's supposed to do. Well, all of her Pokemon can see and hear fine. It's not that I'm saying that any of her Pokemon were blind, but I do believe that there is potential in trainers like this. I also believe that the trainer could train a Pokemon even, if they are blind or couldn't hear anything. And I also believe that the Pokemon will get injuries when they're, out battling. So who isn't to say that they would lose hearing or lose their eyesight, maybe also over time, but in battle is, the most certain thing of all times, or all things that could happen. And there's, difficult or different trainers in the Pokemon universe. There is trainers that train their Pokemon harshly, as this trainer here with a Sand Slash. We know that there is trainers that really, I will not say force their Pokemon, but are not, very suitable to be Pokemon trainers. There's also the trainer that leaves a Charmander out in the wild to die, actually. So I definitely feel like there is some trainer potential lost somewhere with, maybe blind people or people that can't hear. I don't think I have seen any blind or people that can't hear in the anime using Pokemon, but I do still feel like it could be an interesting choice. Or if the Pokemon couldn't see or couldn't hear what the trainer had to say to them, but really wanted to do what they were asked to do. The only trainer I can think about that could actually train a Pokemon that couldn't see and couldn't hear was actually Sabrina. And the reason why I thought about this is that they have this telekinetic, connection, so they can actually speak to each other. I know that there's other trainers that does this too. I can't remember right in my brain, but I do feel like Anne also have a telekinetic bond or something like that. I do believe that there's a way to handle the Pokemon. So that's actually a bit frightening to think about, that, Sabrina could actually force her Kadabra to, battle even though it was blind and deaf. Or I'm not sure that she would actually do that. But if it was, a hard trainer or a trainer that, couldn't understand that the Pokemon needed some love and attention, I'm definitely willing to say that there will be people like that, out there. And nowadays we hear a lot about, if Pokemon is, animal abuse and stuff like that. I don't feel that. I still feel like the Pokemon could, break out of their captivity, or they could actually, resist, even though that you get the badge for, a certain trainer. They can still resist your orders and, be like, well, then I'm just out of here. But yeah, I feel like that there's a lost potential in, not hearing Pokemon and not seeing Pokemon. Also, with a Pokemon that only has their eyesight, it could be interesting to have a artist trainer with a Pokemon that could only see, and then they used their artwork or the splatter of the pencil to show how they could attack the enemy or stuff like that. I really do feel like there's a lot of potential, and there could be some great episodes with handling Pokemon that couldn't see or couldn't hear. And it could also be a very great episode for people that are blind and deaf, actually. So we could get some signed language into Pokemon, or into the general speech, or how to say that. I must admit, I was actually surprised. In the X and Y series, I have seen some of the episodes, but not of all of the episodes. But I still haven't seen any trainers that are blind or can't see, actually. So yeah, well, we have seen older trainers, of course, and we have seen very young trainers, almost all to baby state. But I still believe that there is some unresolved attention or unresolved potential in the idea of trainers or Pokemon that can't see or can't hear anything. So I don't know about you guys, but I definitely feel like there's potential there. And we also have seen that Pokemon is willing to help people, even though that they're not told to, help, you know. So I don't know about you guys. Tell me what you think about this in the comment section down below. Please remember that inspiration is right around the corner. Do take care of yourself and your families. And yeah, that's actually all. Okay, yeah, bye.